Hello, hello, hello. Today, I want to quickly address the number one question that I get when it comes to the 30-day prioritize focus success planner. That's a mouthful. When I redo these, I might shorten that a little bit. Anyway, the number one question that I get, or struggle, if you will, is it's always, how do I set up my planner? And as much as I can say that it's individual for you, um, I could give you tips and trips. I wish I could give you trips. Maybe someday I'll be able to afford to give you a trip. But for now, there'll be tips. Anyway, I am going to walk you through how I set up my planner each month. And I think one of the things that we have to disconnect ourselves with is the traditional planners that we've always used and how we have always used it. So this may be a little bit of a game changer for you. I want you to shift your focus and think of two things. I am more of your project manager when it comes to your goals, not necessarily your coach. We think about, I hear this a lot too. Oh, Deana's a great life coach and she'll help you get your life together and get organized and things like that. And while all that is true and helpful, and I appreciate that so much, it actually came to me through prayer that I'm more of like a project manager when it comes to your goals. I help you look at the big picture and act like that project manager. Okay, here's what needs to happen first. Here's how we're going to pick this apart. And that's kind of where this came from. So let me just walk you through how this works from a project management perspective. So let's maybe not look at this as your life planner right now, but as your project planner. Okay, so think of the project or the big goal that you have by the end of the next 30 days. We are ending a month and a new month starts in a few days. And what's cool is that it actually starts on a Monday. That's kind of rare but fun at the same time. When the first day is the first week of a first month, yes, you just feel motivated, right? All right, so in your planner, people ask me all the time, I hear it a lot that they get intimidated. They're not sure how to set it up. They're not sure what to do. So I am going to show you. I spent probably about an hour yesterday setting up my planner. But we know that the time that you spend in planning frees up the time you have to do. So you start off with, you fill out what month you're in. So I put, August 2022. I put my goals here. And since this is my project planner, this has to do with mostly my business goals. Yes, there's going to be family things mixed in there, and I'll show you that in a second. But these are my top goals that I have for the month of August. And that's continuing on from what I did in July. So number one, first thing you do is you fill it out. You start with, day 1 and go down to day 31, right? You fill it out, all the days. The next thing that you do, fill out all of your knowns. These are appointments that you have. These are things that you have scheduled. These are things that maybe from week to week, you know what they are. Fill those out. Don't worry about times unless you know the time. If you have an appointment or if you have a scheduled thing at a certain time, then yes, you can put that on there, because this is your snapshot for the whole month. We don't need to get all nitty gritty in here. This is your snapshot. I need to be able to open this and know what my goals are for the month. And what stands out that I'm already committed to. All right. And to that end, I have, you could see the colors over here. I color coded them. Okay. So blue, anything that's blue is business. Anything that is pink is personal. Anything that is green has to do with growth. And since we're talking about my business, I'm talking about things and areas that I need to do in order to grow. And then yellow is proactive. These are the extra things that if I did this, it can be the spark and the catalyst to move me ahead faster. Okay. So lay it out. Fill in the dates, fill in your knowns. Now you can go back and put in like your goals. So for example, this is a new little thing that I tried this month and I really like it. Is so I can't do backwards. So these are your weeks, right? So what I did over here in the margin is I put my goal for that week. I didn't commit it to a day or a time or anything like that. So week 1, this is my goal. Week 2, this is my goal. Week 3, this is my goal. Week 4, this is my goal. And August has 5 weeks. So then I started that over here in that. Okay. Again, this is the overall. We don't need to get all, minute and granular in this. Okay. So that's your overall, and you can color code it. You could use the same color pen and just go back with a highlighter. I like, I don't have one here, they're over there, gel highlighters. It's almost like a crayon. It's not real markery. It doesn't smear, it sticks. It's really cool. Okay. Once you do that, move on. This is the week ahead. So I already know the week ahead is going to be from the 1st to the 7th. The month is August. This week's top goal, I wrote it up in here. For me, that's to write weeks 1 and 2 blog posts and podcasts and get them scheduled. So my week 1, I want to make sure that week 1 and week 2 of my scheduled blog posts, emails, and all that are done. Now, that's my little goal over here for the week. I loosely put out my writing days and when all that needs to happen, but I didn't say day and time. We have to kind of release that pressure from ourselves a little bit. Some of us work really well under pressure. So if I just put the pressure on myself, by the end of this week, these 2 things need to be done. That is my goal. I will achieve my goal if I have done these things. That might mean I'm going to stay up later one night. That might mean I'm going to get up earlier. That might mean that when there's a pocket of time that presents itself, I know what I'm going to go work on. See how this kind of breaks it down and makes your projects a little bit more bite-sized and doable. It's not that we don't know what to do. It's we haven't structured it in a way that we can just jump in and do it. All right, so I at least know that. So when I get to a little bit closer, when I do my month end review and my week end review, that's when I'm really going to get in here and fill out this specifically. Now I already started to fill out some of the knowns, and these are the notes for week 1 and week 2's podcast and blog posts. So I already have a go-to. I've already started doing that. Go through and write out the dates. We already know what this top date is. The side, I don't know what time you get up in the morning and what time you go to bed. So that's not going to matter. You don't have to fill that out. Put this up here. And one of the things that I started doing, just because I like to write and I like to see what day it is. And then I just started doing, month, day, and year. But I like to know that it's Monday. So you go through all of it and fill them out. Now, the same thing, when you get to that 7-day break, now remember, at the end of 7 days, there's an assessment, and then there's notes that you can make about that week. Week 2, I already know what week 2 is. Week 2 is the 8th through the 14th, and I even put underneath of there, week number 2. This is already the outlines for weeks 3 and 4 of the blog and the podcast. So then I keep moving on. Same thing. So I repeat that process all the way through. This is week 3 is the 15th to the 21st. Now, all 4 of my blog posts by now should be written, published, scheduled, ready to go. So now I'm in week 3. What am I going to work on? Well, I am going to start working on a new course. So week 3 is all about working on this particular course. I've already started to make notes about that. We move on. Now, this is just setting up your planner. Week 4 is the 22nd to the 28th. What am I going to do that week? I'm going to start looking ahead at September. I'm looking ahead and saying, what are the blog posts that I want for September? Where are we going in September and what is going to happen? I start writing ideas there. And then finally, because this planner, August has 5 weeks, I know that week 5 is going to be from the 29th to the 4th. And for week 5, I'm already going to get started on weeks 1 and 2 of the following month. All right. So that's how I'm hoping that these are helpful tips and experiments. That's how I set up my planner and what works for me as keeping me accountable, encouraged, because I'm not sitting here saying, okay, what should I do? Oh my gosh, this is so overwhelming. I don't even know what to do. So I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to go have a snack and watch YouTube videos and educate myself. No, plan it out ahead of time. It should take you maybe about an hour or so to get it all mapped out and plugged in. But then now every day when you sit down, and the other thing is once you get the whole, thing mapped out for you, you could take a snapshot of this on your phone and keep it. And then another thing that I like to do, let me get you today's, is I always just put a paper clip on the day that I'm on so that when I'm out and about, I can just grab and I know it'll go right to that page as to what's happening. And then I also put notes in the back. This is July's planner. See, so I did the same thing, but I added this time the little color coding. Blue is for business, pink is for personal, green is for growth, and yellow is for being proactive. We're good at being reactive, aren't we? All right, I wanted to keep this really short. That's why I'm talking so fast. It's still a little longer than it needs to be, but I hope that that helps you. If you have any questions, please let me know. But I wanted to jump in there and share that with you because so many planners went out this week, and I want to make sure that you have confidence in setting up your planner. All right, thanks, and don't hesitate to let me know if you have any questions. Reach out, and I will be more than happy to help you.